Memorizing verses is such a great way to improve your understanding of Sanskrit. Every single thing can be illustrated by verses. And so that's why I try to give verse examples for most of the things that we learn. Let's learn this verse today. This is a famous, super famous verse. Why is it so famous? Because this is the first time in the Upanishads that the word bhakti is mentioned. So this is a very appropriate verse because this is also the place where Guru is mentioned in such a nice way. So this verse has become very famous because it says that the Guru should be worshipped as same as God. This is stated in the Śvetāśvatara Upaniṣad. It's the very last verse of Śvetāśvatara Upaniṣad. So most of the devotees will have heard this verse before. Yasya deve para bhakti yatha deve tata gurau tasyaite katita hyartha prakashante mahatmanaha. Yasya deve para bhakti yatha deve tata gurau tasyaite katita hyartha prakashante mahatmanaha. One more time. Yasya deve para bhakti yatha deve tata gurau tasyaite katita hyartha prakashante mahatmanaha. All right, so there we can look at it. So this is the first line is very easy. Yasya deve para bhakti. So here, bhakti, when you use the word bhakti, you use it with the saptami vibhakti. It's like priti. Words for love, they always take the saptami vibhakti. It's like I place my love in that person, or I place my devotion in that, my reverence. So here, this is what's happening here. So yasya deve para bhakti. So one who has the highest bhakti, or one who has that supreme devotion, para bhakti, supreme devotion for the deva. So we're going to say deva here means God, right? So one who has supreme devotion in God or supreme devotion to God. So we have to think of it like that, devotion for God. So it's yasya deve para bhakti. So yasya, a person who. And then the next part, the yat, this is the yat part. And we'll look at the tat part in the second half, right? So yasya deve para bhakti. And now he makes this kind of aside. He says, yatha deve tata guru. So bhakti, as you have bhakti to the deva, and then he repeats deva, as to God, so to guru. So yatha, as to the God, tata, so to the guru. So those are also saptami vibhaktis. That means that if you see this here, why are they saptami vibhakti? Because the bhakti, the para bhakti is still going with that. So it's a very nice kind of construction here, showing you how it's parenthetical. Right? He's saying one who has devotion to God, and also just as to God, so to Guru. So now what happens after that? So tasya. So tasya is going with yasya. And tasya is in the ṣaṣṭhī vibhakti. So we have yasya and tasya, they're both in the ṣaṣṭhī vibhakti. So this mahatmanaha, which is the last word, that's also in ṣaṣṭhī vibhakti. It's quite clear that mahatmanaha is going with tasya. So it's the yasya, that's why we translate only unto that great soul. So the yasya is going with mahatmanaha, and the tasya is also going with mahatmanaha. So he's saying right away that someone who has para bhakti for the Guru and for God, that person is a mahatma. That person is a great soul. So tasyaite katita hyarthaha prakashante mahatmanaha. So tasya mahatmanaha ete katitaha hi arthaha prakashante. So the subject, ete katitaha arthaha. So the meanings the subjects, you could say, that were discussed, these matters that were discussed, these matters that were spoken in the Śvetāśvatara Upaniṣad, the meaning, the significance of these things that were taught to you, they will be revealed, prakashante, they will light up. If you look at this sentence, it doesn't seem that complicated or difficult. It seems fairly obvious what he's saying, right? If you look at this verse again, I mean, now we've analyzed it a little bit more closely. So when you're analyzing, this is why we like Sanskrit, because it's giving you a brain challenge. Deve para bhakti yatha deve tatha guru tasyaite katita hyartha prakashante mahatmanah. So that's our verse for the week.